Little Orphan Annie and the $1,000,000 Formula. Chapter 5. Eli tells a secret.
I had planned on buying a fine plant and moving Eli Eon to it.
Daddy Warbucks remarked later in the day as he and Annie strolled near their home.
But not even an earthquake could move that old porcupine. So, we'll move the plant to Eli Elon.
How do you mean, Daddy?
Queried Annie.
I mean, we'll build right here around the old shack. See, the surveyors are on the job already,
He added, indicating a man nearby. As Annie looked, she fairly whooped.
Hey, where's that guy going?
Breaking into a run, she shouted belligerently,
Get out of here. You. That's my garden. What do you think you're doing?
The surveyor, who had set up his tripod right in the middle of Annie's little vegetable garden, stammered.
Why? The plans call for an office building on this spot.
Well,
Said Annie, tartly.
my plans call for radishes, onions, and lettuce on this spot. Can't you stick your building some other place?
Sure,
Said Daddy, who had joined them, visibly amused.
when you fence in the shack, include this garden. Joe, the offices can be erected in that next plot.
Work progressed rapidly on the plant and office. Crews worked night and day, and Daddy scarcely slept at all. So interested was he in directing activities. Annie and Sandy took a tour of inspection one day,
Talk about Aladdin and his lamp.
boasted Annie, as they paused a moment.
When Daddy starts in, he makes Aladdin look like Rip Van Winkle. Already he has 5,000 men working here, and he's built houses for them, and a hospital, and a recreation hall and everything. It's a regular city already.
They walked on to the old shack, which had now been transformed into a very comfortable home, staffed with servants. Annie was a lady of leisure, except for taking care of the garden. She wouldn't let anybody else touch that. She loved all the excitement about her, all except the noise the riveters on the buildings made. And now she suddenly gave vent to her feelings.
Ow, whoa. Those riveters, they never stop. They'll drive me crazy, Sandy. And just think of poor old Eli. He does so want to be where it's quiet and peaceful. This racket must near kill him. Come on, I'll take him some tea. It'll steady his nerves.
Bearing a tray of tea and toast, Annie ventured into the laboratory a few minutes later. To her surprise, she found Eli in bed.
What the? Is he asleep or is he sick?
Then in a louder voice,
Eli, are you asleep?
What?
the old man said, as he stirred and woke up.
Tee, caught me napping. And you brought me some tea. That's fine. It'll wake me up.
Wake you up?
Repeated Annie, astonished.
Great Scott. What I want to know is, how can you sleep in this awful din?
Din? Oh, that tapping? I hadn't rightly noticed it. I've been thinking, Annie, if you really put your mind on something and keep it there, nothing else bothers you, I reckon.
Meanwhile, in the library of Henry Morgan's home, Daddy and Mr. Morgan were discussing business.
Well, you're making progress.
Said Mr. Morgan as he watched the building activities from his window.
It won't be long at this rate, till you have the plant finished. And be ready for production.
Yes, if nothing happens.
Answered Daddy pessimistically.
Come, Oliver. I never knew you to admit anyone or anything could stop you.
No, and I don't admit any such thing now. But it's worth a lot of thought, just the same.
You think whoever was after Eli, Eon, and his secret will keep trying to make you trouble?
Exactly, the thing is too big. Henry, too valuable. There's trouble coming. If I only knew when and from where. If only Eli would talk.
To Daddy's great surprise, Eli Ian chose that very evening to talk. And what he revealed did not ease Daddy's anxiety at all.
I knew we had a tough customer to deal with, but J. Gordon Slug,
Exclaimed Daddy.
I never suspected we were up against anyone as bad as that. Why did you wait so long to tell me, Eli?
Oh, I don't know.
The old man replied.
He tried to have me killed. Maybe I was scared. Maybe I was afraid to even mention his name.
Well, I don't know that I blame you so much.
Said Daddy, placing his hand on the little man's shoulder.
He's bad, but don't worry. I think I know what to do.
Join me again tomorrow as I read Chapter 6. J. Gordon Slug. Thank you for watching.